ultimately, look, if before the game, if we'd have been offered a point and said 1-1 against Chelsea, we probably would have taken it. Let's be honest. But after going 1-0 up, in the manner of which we did, and it just, once again, like we've said this a few times, haven't we? These kind of games, just against real lack of quality, like shocking lack of quality. It's so frustrating, isn't it? At points.
Yeah.
But I suppose, look, there's a couple of different ways to look at it. There's one, I suppose it's not the worst thing in the world to be frustrated that we're like, actually, I tell you what, could have won that today.
Showed some fight today.
Could have won that game. I suppose the other positive could be, look, if you're Ruud van Nistelrooy, you are literally there just to steady the ship until Ruben Amorim comes in. We've seen today literally what this group of players is capable of, which is not a lot.
I think.
You know what I mean? Well, actually, that's not fair to some of them. Defensively, they're not bad, right? You look at Mazraoui, he was good today. You look at De Ligt, Martinez, largely they were good today. Dalot, he's in his kind of Dalot form at the moment. I think Ugarte, Casemiro, Bozo Jeans are there for them, but I don't think you can fault work ethic and work rate from both of them. And it's just that front four, it's just so devoid of any element of quality.
And this is the question, right? I know people, there's that question right now that everyone has when it comes to the way we attack. Because people are saying this just shows it's not Ten Hag's fault. But then, mate, why can't they as a group attack as a collective? They've been together for a long time. I don't know what phase we're supposed to be in when Ten Hag was here, but it's third season, right? And we can't come together and find patterns. You know, when you say there's no pattern of play and people used to get angry about it, but it's true, because when we attack, where are the patterns of play? Where are the ideas? Why does no one know? You run forward, I stand here. You go in, like, literally the DNA should still be on the team, but there's no DNA on the team because we just don't know how to play. And we've been like this for 2 seasons. So that's an indictment of why our manager, because really, like, even if you do sack the manager, you should still see shades of that manager's, you know, how he's making the team play before it's just totally gone. So when Mourinho left his Chelsea teams, you see shades of that. When when Roberto Martinez took over the Moyes team, you had Moyes defense, but with Roberto's a bit of attacking play, and it worked for a little while. Man United, what do we have? But we've gone up. We're now 13th.
Yeah. And, you know, and to you know, this is what people, to be fair, were saying, you know, in the week with this whole Ruben Amorim appointment, which is, you know, to get a tune out of, or to get those players playing in some kind of like tactical rhythm ain't going to be easy, because I'd love to know today really what the plan was from Ruud van Nistelrooy in terms of, like, what did he say them to do? Did he go Ollie vibes of just go out there, do what you can do kind of thing? Because it kind of looked like that, to be fair, didn't it? Of like not much of a tactical plan. But even if there was a heavy tactical plan, the team wouldn't probably even follow it anyway, right? So it's a bit like what it was under Eric, where you can't necessarily fault effort. You know what I mean? You don't look at that game and go, oh, they didn't try. They did try.
No, it's not about trying.
But some of those just, again, there's just no composure. Like, and this is even, and I'm not even talking like necessarily the big chances. I'm talking about, you know, the things that could become chances. I'm talking about turnovers. I'm talking about when you win the ball in the middle of the pitch or high up the pitch, you go, right, all you've got to do now, take a breath, bit of composure, slide your teammate in, or pick the right pass. Or in the case of Højlund and Garnacho and Rashford and Bruno in the first half, going, get out your feet early. Your player's making the run. Make sure you play it early so they're not offside. And it's like they can't do it. They take an extra touch. They're not sure what to do. And like we were saying during the game, it's like everything's improvised. It's improv. It's all improv. They're just waiting to see what happens.
Let's give ourselves some credit, though. It's a good team. Cole Palmer, all those good players.
I'll take that.
We take a draw from it. Like, it's not it's not the worst result. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not the worst result. When we really take a step back in the position that we find ourselves in, Man United, like, they had a lot of weapons, and I don't remember being really like Onana being in a lot of trouble as well. While we didn't lift up and do crazy things, it was decent. Man United, I don't know if we've got any more money left. We have to look at, we need something else. The strike force we have right now isn't good enough. At the moment, it's currently not good enough. Now, who knows if Amorim can squeeze something out of these lot? Who knows if it can, and that's a hell of a squeeze we're talking.
Yeah.
Like, we hope that can happen. But yeah, it like, it is what it is. Like, today is what it is, you know. Yeah, what can we say? Like, it's a good point. It's a good point for us. We need to do more. 40 points in that, but we move, man. We didn't lose this game. That's again. So what? How many wins?
But
is
again,
that?
that's
I mean,
that's kind of
like
is. And the thing is, when you say that, people be like, "Oh, KG standards on the floor," but they kind of are at the moment, aren't they? In the sense that, like I said before the game, if you'd have said your draw, you'd go, "Well, given when we played Liverpool and Spurs this season, all right, I'll take that." But then when you watch the game and you go, "Actually, a half decent team beats Chelsea today, probably." You know, because we did that thing again, didn't we? Where we just dragged them down to our level, where we went, "There you go, come down here." And it's one of those ones as well where you look at, say, someone like Garnacho today, and you go,
Rash.
"You're young, you're rash, end product isn't good." But then eventually it's like, okay, you got to maybe take him off, don't you? I mean, I know Rashford weren't great either today, but you'd have probably gone, actually, if Garnacho's not at it, take Garnacho off for Ahmad, put Rashford on the left hand side, because everything goes down the left anyway with us, isn't it? Really,
it was rubbish, man. Garnacho was terrible. I hope Garnacho hasn't let the Ballon d'Or thing get to his head. You know what I mean? Like, there's some simple things he has to do, and he just wasn't doing. Even like, you saw that moment when Casemiro literally shouts at him, like, "Are you taking the piss?" You know what I mean? Like, you can't do some of the stuff that Garnacho was really bad today. If I was going to give him a player rating, I'd give him a 2. A 2, you know what I mean? And he's lucky to get the 2. Probably 2 for just that he tried a bit. He was running around. But again, Man United can't be a team of you tried. Wait, hold on. Oh my God. No, it's a 1. Because even there's that cutback to Garnacho and nothing. And it's not like we had even more. It's not like we had even more off the, like, nothing worked. Nothing
and that's why
worked.
I felt sorry for Casemiro, because I'm glad you brought up that bit, because obviously I know people, have take the mick out of Casemiro not being able to run and blah 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 blah. But that is where, like, he's right to have a go at him at that one, going, "You've got the ball, I've got to go bail you out there. I mean, my limitations here. I'm sprinting, I'm getting a booking because of you." Because again, because you're not you're indecisive, or your decision making is not great, and he's right to. And I think at the end of the game, he had his arm around him and to say, it is what it is. But he's right. During the game, you play for Man United, you play in the Premier League too. How many chances are you going to get in the game? You've got to be ruthless. It's not always going to be like that. In a game of football against the best teams, you might get 1 or 2, not 4 or 5, and then just be like, "Well, I'll come around again." It doesn't really work like that.
We still call Palmer today, though. Like, so while we do have the negatives, the positives is Mazraoui is a hell of a find.
Yeah,
he is a hell of a find for the price and the fact that we played him on the left, played him on the right. Mazraoui has been brilliant. Honestly, he has been such a player. The Lit's defending today has been better. There was a time when we got left exposed. The Lit does the little, I don't even know what to call that move there. Like, the Lit is become a part of this back four. Mazraoui, like, there was arguments. I think he was our man of the match today, but that's something to those 2 players, someone, done well.
Bunch of super chats here.
Mazraoui, yeah, he's brilliant. He's absolutely fantastic.
Larry with a super chat, with members chat, right, 10 months, 2 months rather, says, "First thing and probably the best thing that happened for Amorim was Bruno leaving just before he took over Sporting. I wish it can happen again." PJ says, "Garnacho's final third place shows his age, made the wrong decisions on multiple occasions." Sean says, "This team can compete. That's the takeaway." I don't know, Sean. I don't know. I think I think, to be honest with you, Chelsea will probably look at this today. It'll be interesting to see what Matisse says. I bet he'd probably be furious because he'd be like, actually, I tell you what, Chelsea were not good today. We dragged them down to our level, really, didn't we? Let's be honest. That's what we did.
No, but I think give us some, and that's why I say just give us some credit in a
sense.
I
will. That's what I said. Defensively, we were good. We kept their attacking players quiet, but they'll view that game as like, United weren't great. We didn't get anything out of them, but that's why I would take a draw. Ditcher says, I've hardly ever seen a worse striker winger performance than Garnacho and Højlund today. Just shocking decision making. Big Steve says, I think this draw was a fair result in the end. I would probably agree with that. I don't think either team deserved to win it.
12 shots, 11 shots, 4 on target for us, 3 on target for them. Expected goals, because we should have finished some of the 2 chances that we had though.
Al Caps was been around for 17 months. Says Zirkhorst plays like he was reincarnated as a 6'4" striker and tried getting used to his new body. Garnacho should be playing for Malaga. WJ Barrett says, I'm happy, guys. This is still Erik ten Hag United, and think of the bigger picture. Amorim ball incoming. I'll take a draw. Rude can leave too. Dead football. I don't know about it's Rude's fault. I'm not sure there's much Rude can do. You know what I mean? At this point, and he's not going to stay anyway. You know what I mean? I don't think we should be turning on Rude. You know what I mean? Big Steve says Garnacho was so erratic today, desperate to be a hero. Vegeta's been over 28 months. Says throw that forward line away. No manager on earth can save that nonsense. Bruno's still shooting over the post. Sure, we lost because of missed chances. We drew. Antonio says Mr. Matisse come outside. I'm waiting for 4-1. Well, he predicted 4-1. And it was a 1-1 today from Matisse. And V33 says, KG, BTEC Steve Urkel has to face consequences.
Well, listen.
He was very, very confident today, wasn't he? Very, very confident.
Man, the main thing is, I'm happy. My team, they didn't ruin my birthday. Like, it would have been an even greater treat. But it's fine. Man United, a new manager incoming. We didn't lose today. We could have. We played a good Chelsea side, that looks like a real top 4 side. We just they don't look convincing though. I wasn't incredibly convinced that, because I was more afraid of what their position in the table looks like and some of the names. But when we played,
that's what I was saying about today.
I wasn't blown away by Chelsea's performance at all.
Yeah,
like it wasn't incredible. It's like I was like, well, if I'm Arsenal, probably licking your lips for that competition as well. So they're not incredible. They're not like amazing.
Yeah, that's what I said on the pre-match. Though there was people that were like, why you confident or why you're optimistic, and I was like, well, because I don't think we still really know. This idea that Chelsea are great. I didn't see a team that was great today. They got some really good players. Cole Palmer obviously for him was very quiet today. And I suppose they're probably better than they were last year to an extent, Chelsea. But as far as are they close to, say, Arsenal, Liverpool, City? No, definitely not. And as we've seen in that game today, if we had some attacking players that had that much more composure, it'd have probably won that game. It's not as if it was like a chance creation issue. It's just we just can't.
We got a serious issue with our forwards, though.
Yeah.
We have a serious, honestly, because now, like, I don't know how we're going to turn Rasmus into something we can be proud of.
He did it again today as well. This whole, at one point in the second half where he was just more focused on wrestling than actually where the ball was.
Yeah.
And they just took a touch, go forward. And it's
some of those silly, the killer is the two forwards, Rasmus especially. I have to spend, because he spent most of the time on the pitch. It was abject and disgusting today. Yes, he gets us a penalty, which was good. That was good from him. But his flaws, that guy needs to be coached immediately. He needs to be coached immediately. And then the pace of what's his name of Xerxes is gonna be an issue for him. Like that breakaway that he has, you can imagine Mount. Who else could you think of? Just anyone else, but it to fall to him. And he's gonna get those. Like he will never be able to run in behind. And I don't know if he gets to play as that attacking midfielder. If he play in the formation, the formation that Amorim's gonna do, I don't know. I don't know how he's gonna thrive.
Well, it was a similar one, wasn't it, to against Leicester, where he had that one where he first like couple of minutes he's in behind, and you're going, the pace isn't going to be there, is it? You know what I mean?
It's never going to be there. So what he needs is because Berbatov, like what Berbatov lacked in pace, he had it just in control and quality.
But his touch is light years away from Joshua Zirkzee.
Control and quality, and unfortunately, I just don't know how it's going to take him. I don't know. I honestly don't know if we can salvage, because now we're talking about, can you even salvage that? That's how I honestly feel.
And then you've got literally you've got, like I said, you've got Rasmus, who at the moment still would rather be wrestling. You got Garnacho, who's missing chances or bad decisions. You got Zirkzee when he comes on, that we're still not sure like what he is at this point. You got Rashford, who still does rashy stuff. He's better than he was last season, but last season he was really, really bad, and it's still not amazing. And then you've got Bruno, who, let's be honest, like, I know he scored today, but it's typical Bruno. He scores the pen, right? And I think he did for the Zirkzee chance was when he did a little flick around the player. I'm trying to think of what else he did, but then there was a period of time in the second half, right on, he gave the ball away four times in a row. And it's like,
Ahmad didn't do anything as well. I'll be fair with you. Like, literally, the front six today should just maybe give their pay packet back to the club, because they didn't go to work. They wasn't at work. There's probably a bit of running, but when it comes to actual, your job, putting the ball in the back of the net, you can see why we scored the least amount of goals.
And that's why I feel bad for, say, like Casper and Ugarte. And both of them, you can tell clearly they're not great on the ball, and they will have bad passes or poor passes. But it must be exhausting for them, because the amount of turnovers in front of them from those guys giving the ball away or short passes, it must be infuriating. Or when they win the ball back in a good area, and I go, right, there you go, and it comes straight back a minute later, they must be like, oh my God.
You will get the best out of those. Remember the ball turnover from Ugarte wins the ball. It goes into Rasmus Højlund, and Garnacho's ahead of him, and Rasmus loses it.
Yeah, well, and they must like, they look at the yellow cards they both got. Ugarte and Casemiro both on yellow today because they had to do cynical fouls, because either they give the ball away, or one of the other players gave the ball away, or indecision. Casemiro had to run after Garnacho. Ugarte, when Cole Palmer just goes past Rashford, and I think it was Casemiro, like, not there. And like, they've got to do that. And that's why I felt a bit bad. No wonder they're sucking wind, because they're like trying to chase ghosts all the time. And when they think they've got a reprieve, they don't, And then, like I said, we know on the ball they're not that great anyway. It's like,
is it wrong of me? Because I see me and Mike saying, what the F did I want Ahmad to do in 10 minutes? Something. I don't know. You're a sub. Impact. Something. Is that? Am I wrong for that? We bought in a sub. I just want something. I didn't say you got a saver. I just want something. That's all. Like, nothing. I got nothing from the subs when they came on. I got nothing from the players that played the 80. I'm saying I wanted something. I think that's lucky.
Like I said, I kind of feel like, again, I feel like you just have to almost divide that team in half, don't you? You go like attacking players, like I said, subs included, just non-existent, not good. Players that were defensive, you would give them credit, and you go, well, I feel like you gave us everything you could today. And people like Mazraoui, people like De Ligt, put in performances.
Honestly, I'm not gonna. Are we all seeing different things? Are we not allowed to expect anything from subs, even if they get 10 minutes?
How many minutes did Ahmad get? Let's have a look.
No, I'm just saying in general. Are we not allowed to? What's happening there?
What?
These two players.
But they were looking at each other. Yeah.
That's funny. That's how you know this team is desperate. You got these two having to look at each other with everything. Is that Casemiro as well? The one that's won everything.
It was 17 minutes. He got Amad Diallo. 17 minutes.
Bro, I have to go and get ready. My wife takes.
Well, we'll wrap it up anyway. Big up to everyone. Be sure to click the like button. Actually, let me double check I'm all good with super chats. Here. Mr. Darksay says put Bruno at 9. He thinks he's a striker anyway. Ivor Clip says Bruno was garbage, always giving the ball away, and his set pieces is atrocious. Dallo is a scam as well. He always seems to get rolled at every time he has to stop an attack. So there you go, guys. Big up. Be sure to click the like button on the way up. Be sure to subscribe button right corner. Yeah. Happy birthday, KG.
Thank you.
Comedian.
Thank you so
Unfortunately, John's right. It's going to be our final stream. He says shit stream, close the channel. So we're going to live up to John's advice. Cool. It's been a lovely time here at United View.
It's been wicked, man. Thank you. It's been great here. You lot, all the best with your future endeavors. We wish you well. And that's it. Shut down the channel.
Yeah, exactly. It was a good end. You know, we hoped it was going to be a more exciting game for it to be the last one.
I'm so sad that John didn't give us more time.
No, I thought, you know, unfortunate, isn't it? It's unfortunate. Anyway, I will be live. It's a joke. I will be live for the full-time view straight after this. You won't have to go anywhere. You'll be redirected. Many happy returns, Mr. the Comedian, and we'll be back with fan views and stuff like that outside Old Trafford. Right out of here. Oh, actually, before we are out of here, reminder, scan the QR code, fail forward, United View FF, use the code. Flex will be live with Matisse on Amelie as well. You can scan the QR code for that. Now we're out of here.
How many things are coming? See you later.
Peace.